The Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S console are both showing out. I mean, honestly, really doing a good job of updating and getting things going. And I know that might come as a surprise for some of you guys, but I'm keeping my word. Honestly, I'm going to try to be as honest and fair as I can be when it comes to the good things that are happening for these consoles. And there are good things happening for Xbox. And, I want to make sure that I kind of stress that. I know that there's like a million other pro Xbox YouTubers out there that you can go to, and I think that's fine. But I still hope that some of you guys come here to get my opinion on some of this stuff as well, because I just think that I was there from like almost the very beginning when there wasn't a whole lot of pro Xbox YouTubing going on and stuff like that, and I still like Xbox and I still want Xbox to succeed. Hopefully they can kind of take their cue from Sony in certain aspects and go out there and make things better and make things happen for all of us in terms of what we want with the games and stuff like that. So hopefully that's something that really does happen, because I'm looking forward to that as well. But I do hope that you guys are all doing well and everything. I'm Crapgamer. This is Crapgamer Reviews. Like, share, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. I'm not going to get into a big spiel, but it's much appreciated. Now, the Xbox Series X and S, it looks like they are getting a specific boost that's really going to help them out in the long run with Dolby Vision support. And I'm going to go ahead and link this in the description, and you guys can check it out and let me know what you think. While higher resolution, better performance, and more detailed assets are great, one shouldn't overlook the next generation importance of HDR. A good high dynamic range capable screen can make games really pop. It particularly sings in a recent game like Resident Evil Village, so it's exciting to know that Microsoft will be boosting the HDR capabilities of the Xbox Series X and S soon with full Dolby Vision support. And this is from Larry Herb himself. Get ready to transform your gaming experience with full spectrum visuals. Rolling out to Xbox insiders this week, Dolby Vision for gaming on Xbox Series X and S. For those unfamiliar, Dolby Vision is an HDR format that provides a variety of exclusive features, most notably dynamic metadata, which actually will adjust your HDR contrast and brightness on a scene-by-scene or even frame-by-frame basis. So basically, here's the rundown that Dolby gives themselves. Deeper connection to the story. Feel the story's full emotional impact, bringing your entertainment to life with an ultra-vivid picture, brighter highlights, and darker shadows. Stunning picture quality. Experience a remarkable color palette, sharper contrast, and incredible brightness that feel more like looking through a window than at a screen. This is HDR like you've never seen before. See every detail. Discover subtle details you simply can't with a standard picture for a viewing experience without compromise, just as filmmakers and creators intended. Now, only certain brands of TV support Dolby Vision at the moment, most notably LG, hey, yours truly is good to go, Sony, and TCL. As mentioned in Major Nelson's tweet, Dolby Vision is currently only available to Xbox insiders. Now, interestingly enough, while setting things up, some of those insiders have noticed there's a check mark for Dolby Vision at 4K and 120 frames. That's raised some eyebrows, as there aren't currently any TVs to support all three of those things at once, but according to LG, the option will be coming to their newest OLED screen soon. So, if you're looking out there to take advantage of Dolby Vision with their Xbox Series X and S, that's going to be fantastic. I think a lot of people are going to be excited by what the future sort of has to offer there, and it is getting very exciting as we kind of get along there and we kind of look at all these different things that are coming our way as gamers and things. And I think that that's really why we keep kind of seeing so many good things happen. Now, that's not the only good thing happening with Xbox. I think Xbox has they've got to buy time, right? They've got to buy time to really get things kind of going and stuff like that. They've got to go out there and make people happy, because let's just be real. We have this weird situation where they have a fantastic console, and I'm 100% honest with you guys. The console is really, really well done. They've done such a really fantastic job with this. Now, for me personally, I find that the console isn't as, you're not going to be able to show off as much as you could normally with this console without the first party games, and I think Microsoft is starting to realize that. Hence why they're starting to sort of buy these first party things for everything, you know what I mean? And I think that that's really an intelligent move, and I think that that's smart for Microsoft to kind of keep people a little bit distracted in the meantime. So we do know that E3 is going to be the biggest E3 for them in a long time, because it's the beginning of a generation, and they have to wow people. And so it looks like they are going to have to, break out some of these things that are going to be, people are going to be talking about for a long time to come. So one of the things that was talked about was this weird situation where and I think I might have mentioned this in an Xbox news thing, but this kind of reiterates that Xbox has a new IP that they haven't talked about that's going to be kind of mind-blowing or whatever, and there's a little bit more information about that now, as Microsoft's Ben Decker, General Manager of Gaming Services at Xbox, was recently featured in an interview with Games Radar about the growth of Xbox Game Pass. Now, the service has grown a lot during the past year, unsurprisingly given the fact that most people were forced at home for a long time. But the juiciest tidbit from the interview is, however, that Decker teased mind-blowing new intellectual properties, or IP, in the works at Microsoft first-party game studios. 55% of those surveyed said a main reason that they joined Game Pass is to get new games at release, that day one content. That's why we made the investments that we have. We have 23 studios across Xbox and Bethesda working on Halo, Forza, Fallout, a new IP that we haven't even talked about yet. That's going to blow your mind. We can deliver all of that onto Game Pass on day one. Now, that's very interesting. Because between Microsoft's existing IP, some of which, such as like Crimson Skies, Mech Assault, Project Gotham Racing, and Viva Pinata, haven't been used by the company in a long while, and all the intellectual properties owned by the many companies acquired in the past 3 years, like Ninja Theory, inXile, Obsidian, Compulsion, Undead, Double Fine, and the studios at ZeniMax Bethesda, one would think that Xbox Game Studios already has its handfuls with existing franchises. Alas, though, so it's nonetheless important to continue working on new IPs to keep a fresh slate of games, as Sony has just confirmed that nearly half of 25 new first-party games in development for PlayStation will be new IPs. Meanwhile, Xbox Game Pass continues to be a driving force behind Microsoft's overall gaming strategy, and new games are constantly being added. Now, I'm not a huge Game Pass fan, and the main reason why I'm not a huge Game Pass fan is simply because most of the time, if there's something that I want, I'm going to get it, and I tend to like buy it and stuff like that. So I really kind of want, I don't like the idea of having to maybe wait for games that I want and things like that. I really just like to be able to play what I want, and so I do think that it was smart when they did like the day one stuff with Outer Worlds and not Outer Worlds, but although Outer World was, I think, a day one Game Pass situation, but Outriders and MLB The Show 21. Now, I had no interest in buying MLB The Show. I did play it for a little bit, but I'm probably not really going to go back to it. So it's just one of those kind of things, that happens. But Microsoft has done a really good job of kind of transforming things and turning things around. And there's more Xbox fans now than ever, which is really good, at least on like online portions. So we'll have to see how that kind of works out long term for everybody. But I do like some of the things that they're doing, and they've earned some praise and stuff like that, which I think is very smart, because at the end of the day, listening to gamers and going out there and kind of reacting to what gamers want, I think that that's extremely smart, and I think that that's something that they're going to have to continue to do as we go forward, as fans. You know what I mean? I think that that's something that everybody has to kind of go out there and make sure that they have what they want, and that gamers are happy. Like, listen, I'm starting to feel the love in terms of the games. I mean, Returnal just came out. We have Ratchet and Clank next month. I'm playing through Mass Effect. Oh my gosh, these games are so good. You know what I mean? You just forgot how good they were. And Biomutant is coming out in a couple weeks. I have the CE ordered for that. So yeah, games are starting to pick up. We've got a lot of good stuff on the way. Hopefully Halo and Starfield and Forza can come. I think that'll be great, and I think that everybody will start to be happy, and we can just kind of all get on with being fun, happy gamers and things like that. So I hope that we continue to kind of get that, because I like that much better than the kind of bickering back and forth and that kind of stuff, which really doesn't have much to do with gaming. Although I understand the tribalism, because we all have stuff that we favor. It just comes down to what we prefer and things like that. So with that being said, I really appreciate each and every one of you. If you have help me out if you decided to, subscribe or join for the first time. I'd much appreciate it. Things are much different around here. I'm not doing like the clickbait stuff. I realize it's going to take years to build up anything, if it ever can, but that's something that would require your guys' help. I'm really just looking for fans that can interact, like the videos, and actually appreciate the stuff that I'm doing. If you're just a hater or something like that, there's no reason to hate anymore. Just move along, unsubscribe, don't watch it. Honestly, you're not going to get what you came for. I can promise you that. So, just I'm looking for the really cool stuff and the really cool people and their interactions with the fans. So, with that being said, have a fantastic day. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.